Hey guys, what's going on? Andrew coming at you. It's been a little while since we've done a video. I got lots of explaining to do, so I'm going to go into it and explain all that. I know the title of this video might be freaking you out right now, and because I'm in California at the moment and I don't have everything set up in my new place, my microphone's not entirely set up, so the sound might just be a little bit different in this video, and I will do my best to look at the camera, but like I said, it's been a little while. So yes, I have decided to move back to the United States with my family, with my cats, and kind of have been in the process of dealing with this for over a year and a half because I had to go through the immigration process. The last few months were just really crazy. I can tell you this, moving back to the United States is much more difficult than it was originally moving to Sweden. And it's just been crazy. I ended up moving to a place called Paso Robles, California. It's an area where they make a lot of wine, so there's tons of wine here, and the climate here is awesome. It's basically like super cold in the morning, like not super cold, but it's around, let's say 15, 20 degrees Celsius in the morning. Maybe it can get down to 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees, 45 degrees Fahrenheit at its coldest, but then it gets super warm, and it can get crazy hot, but there's not a lot of moisture in the air, so it's just like perfect weather every single day, which is absolutely crazy. But I gotta go into it. First of all, like, some people are gonna watch this video and they're gonna be like, oh, he moved back to the United States better, or he doesn't like Sweden. I'm not gonna take this video now and go into the reasons why I left Sweden. There's multiple reasons for that, and I'm gonna do that in another video. But I wanna say this, that I had lived in Sweden for 12 years. Sweden will always hold a special place in my heart. I didn't ever think I would ever leave Sweden, never in a million years. But there are some unforeseen challenges that come from living abroad during a recession, especially when you have many bills in the United States. That's one of the many, many reasons and factors that I have to consider. But on top of that, I have spent my whole adult life in Sweden, and I've never really worked in the United States outside of when I was working when I was going through school and when I was going through college. I worked briefly in the US, but not that long. So coming back to the United States, it's like I have to learn how to be an adult all over again. How to get a car, have a lot of things that I needed to do, and I get to experience the United States as an immigrant, which is absolutely crazy. And when people have learned that I'm moving back to the United States, there's a lot of people that are saying to me, but the United States is so chaotic right now, like, why would you go back? And my answer would be, I can't pick and choose like where the world is going to be at the time that I move anywhere. So, you know, the world was a different place 1.5, 2 years ago when I applied and we did all the immigration stuff so I could move my family here. But what I will say is I'm very hopeful for the U.S. I'm very hopeful for the United States' future. I believe very strongly that America is going to do the right thing in November and vote for the candidate that is preaching unity, voting for a candidate that is going to bring us further together in the future and not bring us back into behind. That's my personal take on this. So I'm very hopeful for America's future, and I believe America will do the right thing. And I believe that the challenging time in America will hopefully go away. I could be wrong, but that's what I hope for. With all that said, I live in California, so I feel like if you're going to live somewhere in the United States that's going to be the most similar to Sweden, I would say California. Don't get me wrong, they're still completely different, but I'll give an example. Like, you know, you have to pay for bags in California when you go to the grocery store, so you end up bringing your own bags, just like you do in Sweden, which is super interesting. Obviously, the future is uncertain in the U.S., but I feel like the future is uncertain everywhere right now. The future is uncertain in Sweden as well. And let's be real, the last like 3 or 4 weeks have been absolutely crazy news in the States. Like, it's been absolutely nuts. An assassination attempt, Biden dropping out, Harris coming in, and that's very interesting to see. I will tell you this, I haven't seen this type of energy on the Democratic side since Barack Obama. Since I was at university, I remember so many college students were volunteering for Barack Obama. So I see a lot of momentum moving towards Harris. So I think either way, this election has become super exciting now, at least, as opposed to like the most boring election ever in history. So, but that said, I have a lot of things I have to do in the United States to get completely situated. Because I'm like in the middle of so many different things right now. But I wanted to get a YouTube video out for you guys because I absolutely love you guys. I love that you guys follow my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is not dying, by the way. there's going to be so many things that I'm experiencing back in the US with reverse culture shock. I can tell you reverse culture shock is a real thing. I've experienced it a ton. And the craziest thing is, like, I would come to the States and, maybe visit for a couple weeks, maybe up to a month. But actually moving here, there's a lot of challenges that I didn't realize I would see and then have to overcome. And to feel like a stranger in your own country where you're born is a very strange feeling. And I've read recently, they say for every year you lived abroad, it takes about a month to completely adjust, which means it's going to take me up to 12 months to completely start to feel comfortable. So there were moments of stress. There were moments of me not knowing how I was going to do here. I'm still trying to build the life for myself and my family here. And because of that, I had to take a step away from YouTube. And also, I didn't want to talk about this move while I was in the middle of moving. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want some people to be mad that I was moving. I didn't want other people to feel a certain way. And I'll say this, I have a lot of goals. My story, I can see myself coming back to Sweden. I'm not opposed to moving back to Sweden, so this isn't like forever. I have a permanent residency card. It does expire after some time, but I do think I could go back after living abroad or living there for 12 years and, paying into the Swedish system so much. So I just see this as a new, exciting opportunity for me. I've never been this far out in the United States, so to be able to see the West Coast is super cool. I'm like 30 minutes from the beach, which is insane. I can go hiking and go outside and do outdoor activities all the time. So I'm super excited about that. But I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. I'm sorry. As you can see, I'm just excited to be in front of the camera again. So there's going to be more content coming your way. I know some people are going to be disappointed, but this is just life. And sometimes in life, you got to try new things. You got to do new things. And I have felt that there are some good things that I want to do in America. Partly one thing I've thought about, and I'm not 100% on this, but I've thought about not maybe this year, but getting involved in politics in some way, shape, or form. But not from a political standpoint to being a career politician, but like maybe just getting involved in local government and serving for 4 years, or getting in politics for 8 years, just to do community service, do it for the right reasons, not for political power, and then bounce, drop out. Because I think there needs to be a lot of good younger people in politics. I'm 37 years old, but let's be real, in politics, that's like, I'm super young, So that's something I've thought about as well. So to everybody that's watched my videos over the years, I'd like to encourage you to keep watching me. You're going to see a lot of interesting content. I still am going to be interested in things happening in Sweden, and I'm still going to be changing so much. And my perspective is just always going to be different. So I'd like to invite you to stay along for the ride. And for those that have watched me and decide not to watch anymore, I just wanted to say thank you for watching me. It's been super cool. I love Sweden, and I always will. And that's all I got for now. But keep in mind, more videos are coming. I'll tell you why I moved to Sweden. I'll do a video on like reverse culture shock and all that. I just needed to get a video out. And I'm sorry I'm like in a tank top. It's hot. I'm in California. Get over it. All right, guys. See ya. Hey,